welcome to the channel and the wobbly camera. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to do a really quick vid on how I did these. I know it's not Halloween or anything, but I just love Halloween nails. I love goth nails, so I'll be doing a lot of those on here, but very kind of simple set to do. I forgot to record how I did that thumbnail, but it is basically just foil and then I painted black all around the edge to frame it, and it's this foil here, and I got this from Sparkle Supplies UK, and it came in the Halloween box, the Halloween mystery box, so that was one of the items from there. If you want to know what else I got in the Halloween mystery box, drop me a comment and I'll show you. But that was for the 2021 mystery nail box, Halloween from Sparkle Supplies UK. Okay, so as you can see, already done the thumb. I just forgot to record it. It's never slightly different because I use different parts of the foil, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away off camera, and I'm going to put base coat on all these nails. Now these nail tips I'm doing a bit of a trial with because I got these from Primark. I wouldn't normally get nail tips from Primark, but I happened to be in there. I don't really go in there, to be fair. I was killing some time and I found a pack of nail tips for £2.50. So I just thought, oh, what the heck, they're the right shape. They look all right, so I'll give them a go. I'm going to go off, I'm going to base coat all of these, cure them, and then I'll be putting the nail polish colours on. Okay, backing them out. Okay, so they've all now got a base coat on. I didn't buff them before I put the base coat on. I've not found that I've needed to do that with others as of yet. This is the base coat that I used. It's literally just an old one from my collection. I got it in a pack actually, with some others and a lamp and some tips. There's a little pack that came off Amazon, and I've had a look and they're not selling it anymore. Like I say, when I say old, a couple of months, I don't mean years, but they're actually not selling it anymore. But it wasn't a lot of money for a whole kit, so I just figured I'd just use this while I'm doing press on nails. It's not going on my nails, so it's sufficient for now. I'm then going to be using these colours for these nails. So this nail is going to be in this one. Again, this is a make I got off eBay, I think. I've had a few colours and top coats and base coats, and they've actually been quite good. I did used to put these on my nails, but haven't done for a while. So again, I figured I'd use up some colours that I got in the collection. That just says E01 on the colour, but it is basically a sparkly black. And then I've got an OPI one. This is called Breakfast at Tiffany's, and it's a beautiful pearly, sparkly, I was going to say white, but it's not. It's like a really pale pink, but you don't see that it's pink. It's weird. It's hard to describe because I'm not a pink kind of person. I don't wear pink very often. Oh, I don't wear pink at all, actually. But this is weird. It's like I say, it's, you open, you know it's not white. You can see that it's a pink straight away. But when it's on the nails, it's so subtle. It's just a change from using white, I thought, with black. And again, it's one I've had a while, so I figured I'd get it out, use it. And then finally, we've got Halo. I've got a lot of Halo gel polishes. They've always been okay. This is just plain black. You can see that focus, plain black. Again, I've got a couple of these, so hence I'm just using. Give these a first coat. Now, they all do need 2 coats. So I'm going to give them their first coat and then cure them. So let's see, you can see what this colour, but like I say, they, as with a lot of nails, I find nail colours, sorry, when you put the first coat on, it's never really very good, is it? It always looks a bit shocking, especially when you're painting press-ons, clear press-ons like I do. It always looks rubbish, but you have to bear in mind the best action when painting these is thin layers. Last thing you want is putting thick layers on because you think it looks rubbish, and then it wrinkling in the gel lamp, because that is what will happen. So the next nail is the black one, so this is the middle fingernail. Again, with the halo, plain black. And I'm trying to be careful when I do this to sort of get it right up to the edges, but without going over, because you don't want gel going under that nail either, because that won't be good when you come to sticking them on. Plus it looks messy. And again, I'm just going for one thin coat, because these are all going to have a second coat. So that's that one. Okay, so we're back now. We've all had 2 coats. So they're looking lovely, and hopefully you can see what I mean about that OPI Breakfast at Tiffany's, the white. It's got like a really beautiful, trying to catch it on camera, sparkle, but it's like a pearly white with sparkle, but it's just got that hint of pink. It looks a lot more pink in the bottle than it does on the nail, but this nail and this nail, all they need now is a top coat, because they're going to stay as they are. I'm going to top coat those, cure them, and then put them to one side, and we'll come back when I start doing this white nail. I'm going to put some of these, you can probably see scattered because the pot fell over when I was trying to tidy up. I'm going to put those on, so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So I've cured these 2, so that's done with them. I'll just pop that to one side for now. I did use, again, a halo non-white top coat. What I'm going to put down to stick these bats to, now you could use base coat, you could use a top coat if you wanted, I guess. I've decided to use some clear builder gel, just because I feel like it holds them a bit better. They sink into it, and then you can put another layer on top and then buff it. So even though, you know, they seem to sit quite nicely, but I do have to bend them, so I'll show you how I did that. But this is the builder gel I'm going to use now. Like I say, I'm not a trained nail technician. It's on Amazon. Pureline clear gel, Silcare, 50 grams. It's a huge pot. Does tend to go a bit thick if it gets cold. And when you put it on, you have to cure it for about 2 minutes. So it's quite a long cure, this one. But for the price, I think it was about £8, something like that. So that's going to last me probably forever, because I don't use it that often, but it's very handy for using when you're encapsulating things. So today it's going to be the bats. Although I have tried others that I'll probably pop up in other nail vids that are easy, that are in bottle. So builder gel in a bottle is very good. I've recently discovered a bottle of that, but again, I'll use that in another video. So for now, I'm going to put a layer of this on. As you can see, it's really quite thick. You can see that. So, and it doesn't really self-level too well, so you really have to move it about. But for the purposes of today, it's only going to be a very thin kind of layer I'm putting down, just to stick those bats into, so that they don't move and they stick down better. But we will bend them, so I'm just going to make sure that's a very thin layer. Give some strength to the nail as well, with them being press-ons. Okay, try not to fiddle with that too much. So pop that to one side. Let's find these bats. So I have got a funny little tool for bending sequins, but I found it's okay on bigger sequins. So if you can see in there, there's a big bat. It's good for bending those, but not so much for the little one. It doesn't seem to do anything. So I have my trusty cocktail stick, and I found the best way of doing this, if I can pick them up, I have to use this, is I put it in my hand like so, on my finger, and then get the cocktail stick, put it in the middle, and then use my other finger, if you can see this, to sort of roll it up and round. It's not quite laying right. Let's move it. There we go. This is one of the downsides of using gloves, I'm afraid. Anyway, so you can see I've just pushed my thumb under there and I'm just bending the wings up and around this cocktail stick, just so it's not as flat anymore. So hopefully you can see that he's now got, his wings are a little bit more bent. So okay, we're back. So they've had 2 minutes to cure that builder gel. I'm going to get a little bit more builder gel on my brush, not a huge amount, and just give them a really thin layer to encapsulate those in there. It looks gooey, I know, but trust me, turns out all right. I think I've just seen some sneak down the back, so let's get that. That's when I've seen people use their bare hands to take polish off the edges of a nail when it's either gone, if they're doing press-ons, it's gone over the edge, or if they're doing an actual client's nails, it's gone on their skin and they've used their fingernail. I think, oh no. But, you know, old habits, isn't it? And I guess that's the way they're used to doing it. And they all know the risk, all the trained professionals know the risk, so it's up to them. But I know I learned from my horrible experience. So there we go. So there's a nice thin layer. This brush I'm using, I don't know where I got it from. It says Daler and Roney flat shader number 4. I don't know if that was a makeup brush. I don't think it is, looking at it. I think that was one of my paint brushes from my acrylic paints sets from doing that. So that's where that's from. So I'll pop that there for a second. So that is going to go in for another 2-minute cure for that gel. So I'll pop that in now, and then we're going to give it a little buff, and then we'll do the black frame around it. So while that's curing, the little bats that I used are these hollow bats, and again, they are from Sparkle Supplies UK, nail supplies, and they also came in the 2021 Halloween mystery nail box. So going to be using, so I'm going to go back to this sparkly black, the Crystal G London one, the sparkle black that we also used on the pointer fingernail. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to dab a bit out on the mat somewhere. And again, I apologise for the state of this mat. I have had it years. But it's so good. It's a silicone mat, so I can literally do anything to it and it's fine. But I appreciate it's a bit manky and it could do with a good scrub. This is the longest striping brush that I have, which I find is easier when you're doing a frame on nails. So that nail's had 2 minutes now, so out it comes. I've done my blob of black polish that I'm going to use for that, but first I am just going to wipe off that sticky layer so we can give it, because the clear builder gel does leave a tacky layer, so we're going to wipe that off so I can give it a very quick buff. And I just use, not this one because I've decanted it, but a Miley, yeah, you can see that. That's the Miley gel remover. I have the same in the prep and polish, which is what I've just used to wipe that, but I've decanted it into this rather lovely pump push thing, so I can just pump it out the top. So much easier, I found. And that was part of my last Shein haul, my first Shein haul that I'd ever done actually, and I think that was about £1. So that was a little bargain. Anyway, back to the nail. So where's my buffer? So now I've took that tacky layer off. I'm just going to, but you can see, and I'm hoping you can see, it's not really, there's no sticky outy bits from those bats because I curved them, and we've got 2 very thin layers of builder gel. It's actually quite nice, but I'm just going to give it a very quick buff anyway, just for the shape. Now all it needs is a top coat. So Again, I'm going to use the Halo non-wipe top coat on here. I didn't want a thick top coat with it already having 2 layers of builder gel in there. Ooh, pretty. And again, can't see any pink in that white whatsoever. It's just a beautiful sort of pinky, or not pinky, sorry, white, sparkly, little bit of, is it hollow? Not sure. Iridescent, I think would be the right word. So make sure every little bit's covered in this non-wipe top. And hopefully you can see, because those little hollow bats are so cool, because they're not just black, they do shine hollow, but I'm not sure that's going to be picked up, but hopefully you can see. So pop that in for a full cure, and then that is that nail done. Off you go. So in the meantime, we're going to be back to the middle nail that now needs doing. This one. And what were we doing? Ah, yes, gems. So gems and caviar on this one. So I've got these cool. Where's the lid? So these are like green, lime green crystals, although when you put them on black, it kind of dulls the colour down a bit, but you can see that they're green. But I imagine on white, they look more limey, but they are so cool. And you get a ton of them in this pot. Again, it's another Sparkle Supplies UK that I got in the Halloween mystery box 2021. So I've used quite a lot of their stuff in this one, just the way it was. So I'm going to be using about 3 of those because I'm just going to do a little crystal cuff at the top. Using those and some very tiny caviar beads. So these little things, I've had these years. I don't even know where I got them from. I know that they're readily available to use on nails, but I got a whole set of all different colours. And I don't know where I got them from. I have a feeling they're probably from somewhere like a pound shop in the craft supplies, which is crazy because I know you can buy these from nail art supplies. Don't know how much they are because I've never bought any, but I'm pretty sure I got probably a whole box of these because I've got a ton of them in fact I can show you in my craft box of nail stuff, so you can see I've got a load of them in there, and they came with them as well, which are like tiny little sequins, and I'm sure they were about £1 or something with a whole lot. Anyway, I'm sure you'll see them. One of my hints and tips is to go into pound shops and things like that and go into the crafting section, because you just might find these little things that you can use in your nail art. So let's crack on. So I've got, you won't be able to see it because I can just see it, but I've got a few of those little caviar beads in this lid that I'm going to use my pickup tool. And what I'm going to use is this stuff. And again, I got this on Amazon. So this is Saviland, a make that I'm sure anybody that does nails will have heard of. And this is a 4-in-1 product that you can use it for sticking nail tips on your nails. You can use it as a base coat. You can use it to stick rhinestones on nails, and you can use it as a slip solution. I imagine that's for polygels. So yeah, so at the time I bought this, it was quite good because you could use it for all those things. I will probably only be using it for what I'm going to use it for in this video, which is sticking these stones on. So I'm going to give a thin layer onto the nail just across the top, because that's the only place we're putting these gems. Thin, but not too thin, because we want the caviar beads to sit in something so they don't move around. There we go, that should do. So that's that. Has it been following me? It's been moving. It's going to be on my knee. So let's pop pop them there. There's some caviar in here, and I was going to use those, but I found those little jars. But in here, this is another little pot I got from Shein on my first haul that I got just before Christmas, and it's got all different size pearls, but all different size caviar as well, which is why I didn't end up using them, because I wanted just the same size caviar. I don't want to be fiddling around trying to find them, so it's just easier to get them out this bottle instead. So that's kind of cute. So those little stones should be set on there quite nicely now. Oops. So I'm going to use, instead of the halo no white top, which I've used on the other, I'm going to use this one on, because, so this is Kiki London. I've just discovered Kiki London. They have some lovely, really good stuff. It's a no white rubber top coat, which means it is a little bit thicker. And I'm using that on this one because it means I can butt the brush right up to, as you can see, I mean, look at that. It is that gooey, which is great. You want a good, if you're sealing something in. I could have used that on top of the bats instead of the second layer of builder gel, but I just wanted it to stick with what I started with on those. So I'm going to put the top coat on as you would normally, but I'm going to butt right. Oh, I'm not going to go over the crystals because it will dull their shine. And we don't want to do that. Why would you dull anyone's shine? It's an awful thing to do. And then I'm just going to pop that down as you would normally. But make sure we're putting a little bit of product around all those gems where we can without going onto them. And that will just give a little bit of extra security, keeping those gems on when I wear this set, which I will be doing because I really like it. There we go. Whoops. Oh, look at that. We've got a dribble. And that, folks, is why you wear gloves. Granted, it didn't fall on my hand, but it could have done. And that, potentially, is what starts your reactions. Uncured product. Because let's face it, folks, these are chemicals. So, here we go. So that's that nail. I've put that lovely thick top coat on. Right up to those little gems. I do like those little gems. Can you see how they do sparkle limey green in the light? I don't know if that's picking up. Not quite as limey as they are in the pot, but like I say, I think that's affected by what colour you put them on. We've put them on black, so they're going to go a little bit darker. So I'm going to pop that in for a full cure. I'm just going to dab up that bit of stuff, because even though I've got gloves on, I don't want to be dragging stuff through it. This one out, and it's done. Pop him on there, and there we go. There's your set. Again, apologies I didn't film the foil doing this one. It was a bit of a pain, to be fair. I have not mastered foils yet, but I'm fairly pleased with how it turned out. And there you go. Little batty gothic set. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, give me a like. That'd be great. A thumbs up's always good. And if you want to see some of the other stuff I come up with, then give me a subscribe and comment and let me know what you think about the Halloween stuff that I got, and I could do a video on what I got in that box, even though obviously we're a while after Halloween now, but I can still let you know. Might give you an idea for what might be in next year's box. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Bye bye.